Rise every time you fall. Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of knocking us down. Sometimes softly, sometimes with the force of a hurricane. We stumble, we fail. We feel broken, defeated, and unsure if we can continue. But here is the truth you must never forget. Falling is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every setback, every disappointment, every no you've ever heard is not a verdict. It's a lesson, a stepping stone, and an opportunity for you to rise stronger than before. Falling does not make you weak. What defines you is not the fact that you fell, but what you do afterward. Will you stay down, letting fear and doubt paralyze your spirit? Or will you rise, dust yourself off, and declare with unwavering courage, I will not be defeated? Every champion, every innovator, every person who has ever achieved greatness has one thing in common. They fell. They failed. They were told, you can't, not yet, or impossible. And yet, they rose. Not once, not twice, but again and again, until their persistence became unstoppable. Falling is not a sign of failure, it is proof that you are daring to grow. It is proof that you are stepping beyond your comfort zone. It is proof that you are trying. Because if you never fall, you are not living fully. You are not stretching. You are not pushing boundaries. The more you dare, the more you risk, the more you fall, but also the higher you rise. Every fall contains a seed of transformation, waiting for you to nurture it with resilience, courage, and action. Rise not because the world demands it, but because your soul refuses to settle. Rise not because someone is watching, but because you owe it to yourself to honor your journey. Rise with determination, with grit, with the understanding that the universe is testing not how hard you can hit, but how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Each time you rise, you grow stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. Each time you rise, you rewrite the story of who you are and what you are capable of. And remember, rising is not about pretending the fall never happened. It's about acknowledging the pain, learning the lessons, and refusing to be defined by the moment that knocked you down. It's about carrying the scars like badges of honor, proof that you endured, proof that you survived, proof that you are ready for anything the future holds. So today, I challenge you. Embrace your falls. Learn from them. Use them as fuel to rise with even greater power. Let every stumble remind you that resilience is your greatest strength, courage is your greatest weapon, and persistence is your greatest victory. Stand tall, stand proud, and rise not just once, but every single time life tries to push you down. Because falling is temporary, rising is eternal, and your greatest triumphs are waiting on the other side of every fall. The power of resilience. Falling is not the end, it is the beginning of your comeback. Every time life knocks you down, it gives you a choice. Stay on the ground and surrender, or rise and prove that your spirit is stronger than any obstacle. Resilience is not just bouncing back, it's bouncing forward. It's taking every hardship, every failure, every heartbreak, and using it as fuel to ignite your courage and determination. Think about it. The greatest leaders, athletes, and visionaries did not rise because they avoided failure. They rose because they embraced it, learned from it, and refused to let it define them. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, yet he rose to become a legend. Oprah Winfrey faced rejection and hardship, yet she rose to become an icon of inspiration. J.K. Rowling experienced failure and despair before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Their secret? They understood that the fall is temporary, but the will to rise is everlasting. Falling teaches you lessons that comfort and ease never can. It tests your patience, sharpens your determination, and reveals your true character. It separates those who talk about dreams from those who act on them. And when you rise after a fall, you gain something invaluable: confidence in your ability to overcome anything. Do not fear failure. Do not fear falling. Fear only the refusal to stand back up. The world will challenge you. Circumstances will disappoint you. People may doubt you. But nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop the person who refuses to remain down. You must rise, even when your body trembles, even when your heart aches, even when your mind whispers that it's too hard, because that is where transformation begins. In the moments when you choose courage over comfort, action over despair, and hope over fear. Rise not for others, but for yourself. Rise not because it's easy, but because it is necessary. Rise because every time you do, you send a message to yourself and to the world that you are stronger than any setback, braver than any fear, and unstoppable in your pursuit of your dreams. Remember this: life will not go easy on you, but that does not mean you cannot go easy on yourself. Learn from your falls, forgive yourself for mistakes, and rise with purpose, with passion, and with unshakable resolve. The higher you rise after a fall, the farther you can soar, turning pain into power. Every fall comes with pain. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's the kind of pain that leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself. But here is a truth you must carry with you. Pain is temporary, but the strength you gain from it is permanent. Falling gives you perspective. It shows you what truly matters. It strips away the illusions of perfection and forces you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your limitations. And when you rise after that, you are no longer the same person who fell. You are stronger, wiser, and more prepared for whatever comes next. Pain becomes power when you refuse to let it define you, when you refuse to let it stop you, when you transform it into fuel for your climb. Look at every successful person in history, and you will see a pattern. Setbacks, failures, and falls were not the end, they were the catalyst. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he perfected the light bulb. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination before creating a kingdom of dreams. Abraham Lincoln faced loss and rejection before becoming one of the greatest leaders in history. What separates those who rise from those who remain down is a refusal to give up, a determination to keep moving forward, and a belief in the impossible. Falling also humbles you. It reminds you that life is fragile, uncertain, and unpredictable. But rising strengthens you. It reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you are resilient, you are capable, and you have the power to choose your next move. Each rise builds momentum. Each recovery strengthens your resolve. Each victory after a fall reinforces the truth. There is no obstacle greater than your determination. So when life knocks you down, and it will, do not resist the fall, do not fear it, and do not let it consume you. Embrace it, learn from it, and then rise higher, stronger, and more determined than ever before. Your falls are not failures. They are preparations for greatness. The path to success, to fulfillment, to your dreams is not a straight line. It is full of stumbles, falls, and setbacks. But every time you rise, you are not just returning, you are ascending. You are proving to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that nothing can stop a heart determined to succeed. Rise every time you fall, and you will discover the unstoppable force that lives within you, the courage to keep going. Rising after a fall is not always easy. Some days, your body feels weak, your mind feels weary, and your heart feels heavy. Life may seem relentless, and the weight of failure can feel unbearable. But it is precisely in these moments that courage is born, the courage to stand when every part of you wants to remain down, the courage to move forward when the path seems impossible, the courage to rise again despite fear and doubt. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the face of fear. It is choosing to take the first step even when you can't see the entire staircase. Every time you rise after falling, you are practicing courage. You are proving to yourself that no setback, no mistake, no challenge is greater than your will to succeed. And rising does not happen in isolation. Every fall teaches you to value support, to lean on mentors, friends, and loved ones who believe in you when you struggle to believe in yourself. But ultimately, the first rise must come from within, from your inner strength, from the fire that refuses to die, from the voice inside that says, "I am stronger than this moment, and I will not be defeated." Remember this. The more you rise, the more resilient you become. The more resilient you become, the more fearless you grow. And the more fearless you grow, the more unstoppable you become. Falling is not a setback, it is a setup for your greatest comeback. Every challenge, every hardship, every no is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for a life of impact, purpose, and triumph. So rise with courage. Rise with faith in yourself. Rise with the understanding that each fall is temporary, but the strength you build from rising is eternal. Stand taller, walk stronger, speak louder, and carry within you the knowledge that no failure can define you, no mistake can confine you, and no challenge can diminish your spirit. Because those who rise every time they fall are not just survivors, they are warriors, visionaries, and unstoppable forces of change. Rise. Again. And again. Until the world has no choice but to recognize your power. Your comeback is greater than your fall. Now, let me leave you with this truth. Falling is not your enemy. Failing is not your enemy. What holds you back is the choice to stay down. Every fall is an invitation to rise, to rebuild, and to reclaim your power. Every time you rise, you declare to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that your spirit is unbreakable. Your dreams are worth fighting for, and your future is bigger than any setback you've ever faced. Think about it. The strongest trees grow in the storm, the brightest stars shine in the darkness, and the fiercest warriors are forged in battle. You are no different. Every challenge, every failure, every fall has been shaping you, preparing you, equipping you to become the person you were always meant to be. Your comeback will not be small, it will be bold, unstoppable, and unforgettable. And here's the most powerful part. Your falls do not define you, but your rises do. What matters is not that you stumble, but that you choose to stand. What matters is not that life knocks you down, but that you rise with greater strength, wisdom, and determination. Every time you rise, you inspire someone else to rise with you. Every time you rise, you prove that setbacks are temporary, but resilience is forever. So rise with courage, rise with fire, rise with the certainty that your journey is not over, your dreams are not lost, and your best days are still ahead. Rise with gratitude for the lessons that the fall taught you. Rise with confidence that no obstacle can stop a heart determined to succeed. Rise with the knowledge that every moment of struggle is building the foundation for your greatest victories. And when you rise, rise fully, rise boldly, rise unapologetically, rise every time, no matter how many times life tries to knock you down. Because the measure of a person is not found in how hard they fall, but in how powerfully they rise. Your past falls do not define you. Your challenges do not limit you. Your failures do not confine you. Your rises define you, and your rise is unstoppable. Rise again and again, until the world cannot help but stand in awe of your strength. Embrace your power to rise. Now, as you stand on the edge of your next step, I want you to realize something profound. The power to rise has always been within you. It was never outside of you, waiting for the right moment, or dependent on luck, circumstances, or other people. Every fall has been a reminder, not of your weakness, but of your strength waiting to be claimed. Rising is not just about overcoming obstacles, it's about discovering who you truly are. Every time you rise after a fall, you uncover courage you didn't know existed. Every time you rise, you uncover resilience you didn't know you had. Every time you rise, you uncover potential you never imagined. Life may challenge you, push you down, and test your limits. But every time you rise, you are rewriting the story of your life, turning struggle into triumph, pain into purpose, and setbacks into stepping stones. Remember this: your journey is not measured by how often you fall, but by how often you choose to rise, with greater determination and unshakable faith. Each rise is a victory, each comeback a declaration that you are unstoppable. And with every rise, your confidence grows, your vision sharpens, and your future expands. Do not let fear of failure keep you on the ground. Do not let doubt make you small. Do not let past falls define your destiny. Stand tall, stand proud, and rise not once, not twice, but as many times as it takes. Because with each rise, you are not only transforming your own life, but you are lighting the way for everyone around you. You are showing the world the true meaning of courage, perseverance, and relentless determination. So rise with purpose. Rise with passion. Rise with the unshakable belief that no fall, no failure, and no obstacle can ever stop you from becoming the person you were meant to be. Let every fall be a reminder of your resilience, and let every rise be a testament to your power. Rise every time, without fail, because your greatest victories are waiting for you on the other side of every fall. Your comeback is your legacy. Now, it's time to realize the greatest truth about rising. Your comeback is more powerful than your fall ever was. Every stumble, every setback, every disappointment is temporary, but the strength, courage, and wisdom you gain from rising is eternal. The world may try to define you by your failures, but you define yourself by your comebacks. Your story is not about the times life knocked you down. It's about the moments you stood up again, stronger, wiser, and more determined. It's about the fire inside you that refuses to die. It's about the resilience that cannot be shaken, the courage that will not be silenced, and the persistence that never quits. Every time you rise, you build a legacy of strength not just for yourself, but for everyone who witnesses your journey. Understand this. The person who rises after a fall becomes unstoppable. They walk taller, think bolder, and live freer. They no longer fear failure because failure has become their teacher. They no longer doubt themselves because each rise proves they are capable of more than they ever imagined. And they no longer wait for permission to succeed because they have claimed the power within them to shape their own destiny. Your rise inspires others to rise. Your courage ignites courage in those around you. Your persistence becomes a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever been knocked down and told they couldn't. Every fall you endure, every rise you embrace, becomes part of the story that changes lives, including your own. So today, I challenge you, rise with all that you are. Rise with every ounce of courage, strength, and determination in your body. Rise with the certainty that your journey is far from over and your greatest victories are yet to come. Rise not just for yourself, but for every person who needs to see that it's possible to stand tall after falling. Remember this. Life will knock you down, and life will challenge you, but life will never defeat you unless you allow it to. The choice is yours. Stand, rise, and rise again. Because those who rise every time they fall are not just survivors, they are warriors, champions, and legends in the making. The triumph of the human spirit. Now, as we stand together at the edge of possibility, I want you to understand this. Every fall you have faced, every failure you have endured, every moment you thought you couldn't go on, was preparing you for this very moment. Life's challenges were not meant to stop you. They were meant to strengthen you, sharpen you, and awaken the unstoppable force that lives within you. Rising is more than an action, it is a declaration. A declaration that you will not be defeated by circumstance. A declaration that you will not be defined by mistakes or setbacks. A declaration that you are bigger, stronger, and braver than anything life throws at you. Every rise is a victory of spirit, every comeback a testament to your resilience, and every step forward a mark of your courage. And here is the most powerful truth. You were born to rise. You were born to endure, to overcome, to stand tall in the face of adversity. You were born with strength you have yet to fully realize, with courage that has already carried you this far, and with a heart capable of creating a life of triumph, purpose, and meaning. So rise with passion, rise with fire, rise with the knowledge that your journey matters, your strength inspires, and your perseverance changes the world. Rise for yourself. Rise for those who look to you for hope. Rise for the person you were meant to become. The falls will come. The challenges will come. Life will test you. But remember this always. Falling is temporary. Rising is eternal. And your spirit is unstoppable. Rise every time you fall. Rise with courage. Rise with purpose. Rise until the world cannot help but stand in awe of your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering determination. Rise again. and again, until nothing can keep you down and everything in life rises with you.